Howdy, howdy, and welcome to My Bloody Judy with your final forgets, myself, Zachary Patton Garcia.
And Ian Carlos Crawford.
I always feel like that's like the intro I know more than anything else. Like I have it like, it's just stuck there at all times. When I was younger, I used to do, and when I used to pray, I had like a 2-minute prayer just completely memorized, and I would say the exact same thing every night, and I would just like race through it to get to the very end. And it feels like that. It feels like this is my new prayer.
I used to know
to My Bloody Judy.
my prayers in Spanish.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay. Extra.
The Our Father and Hail Mary, I would be able to say in Spanish, but I don't even think I actually now I couldn't. But I don't think I actually knew. It would just I would just blur them all together.
Try to do it in Spanish. Try to get through it as much as you can. I want to hear it. Or not, never mind.
Wait, I know the beginning of Our Father.
Ian Carlos Crawford, faggot Ian Carlos Crawford, is physically incapable of saying a prayer out loud.
I'm going to burst into flames if I do. Wait, it's like, Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo. That's it. That's all I know.
It. See? Devil was coming out right there.
Yeah.
And we're a week off from the Exorcist believer, too. I'm pretty excited about that. I think I'm going to get my mom to go because of Jennifer Nettles also. So, yeah. It's coming.
I feel like I liked the trailer more than you did.
I liked the trailer. I was good with the trailer. It feels like it's going to be exactly what I think it is going to be, and it's not going to be like as intense as.
I mean, I haven't heard anything good. Yeah. I've been seeing
But also, people are just like assholes. So it could be a perfectly fine movie. I think people are expecting it to be like on par with The Exorcist. Any project coming out from The Exorcist, franchise, everybody compares to the first one, which obviously, but you're not going to do that again. You just can't do that again.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just David Gordon Green is not my favorite.
I don't have a whole lot of confidence in him.
Yeah. And I feel like Ellen Burstyn's, it's what you said in the trailer is going to, when we watch
and I'm going to love watching her just sitting there collecting that check. Right. But I do want Reagan. I really want Linda Blair. And I know that she was watching Critical Overlord's video about this. And he says that he brought up some article where they were talking about the movie and how she didn't want to have a key role. She just had no interest in doing a big role or anything like that. So some people took it to mean she wasn't going to be in it, but he thinks that she is going to be in it. It's just going to be very brief, blink and you miss it, and could be cut, could not be. I hope I just get to see her a little bit. That's all I want. Even if she doesn't remember anything that happened, that would be nice, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I think Exorcist is good, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a movie that always scared me, but I'm not that attached to the friend. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's the 50th anniversary this year. I thought there was going to be more hoopla about all that, a lot more, fanfare over it. I don't know when the original one was released, but I haven't heard shit. And I was expecting a really nice steelbook release and.
Love a steelbook.
I love a steelbook. Give me some original artwork. But today we're not here to talk about The Exorcist. We should be, since the movie's coming out next week. But we're going to talk about No One Will Save You, which just came out on September 22nd on Hulu.
Also, I want to mention that My Bloody Judy is under construction.
Yes, you should talk about your set. Yes.
Well, you are away from your regular recording.
Oh yeah,
place.
just don't mention it at all. But you just leave it. Just a new room in my house with a random child just right there. This is my mom's guest room at her house.
I are they blue walls?
Yeah, she had a thing for blue for a minute, and I think she doesn't like it. So she'll change it in about 5 months.
So Zach is away. I am creating my new office recording place. Yeah, my best friend Kevin has been very patient, has been here. We've been working on it a week.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 cabinets on either side that are organized with all my photo and custom shit. I have the Gale painting that I love, the Buffy painting that I love. This, our wonderful editor Ashley sent me for Christmas last year or 2 years ago. And it doesn't light up green, but it lights up really bright white.
Mm-hmm.
And my best friend Kevin was like, that will be distracting in your thing. Let me put green film over it. So he put green, see-through whatever paper
It's
on
cellophane.
It. Yeah. And I think it looks good green.
I think it looks good.
My figure shelves, I got Dark Phoenix. And and you can't really see them. So I need to. Kevin was saying maybe we'll work on doing like little strip lights to light up the
Hmm.
shit on the shelves. Um, can't see it because that's the Stab VHS Adam Strawn sent me, and Defeer sent me this. It says "Strong like Buffy," and it's like what my mom said to me. Very nice. And then have the Angel Hyperion Hotel set, the Buffy library set, and a
Yeah.
little pug
I
charm
love
to
that we're
draw.
getting a room tour before it's even done too. So we'll get another one once it's done. Also, when it's done, you should take pictures of it and post it on
I might.
instas and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, save a little space for my Bloody Judy poster too, because I have one for ya.
I almost texted you that last night. Then I was like, no, I don't want him to feel like he has
Save
because I was like,
space. Yes,
did
I
he
have
get
one.
me
I do.
one?
I do have one for you, but save space
Okay.
for it. Okay.
I didn't want to text you that and you like then feel like you had to get me one if you didn't. So I was
Although, so I'm going to be seeing Ian pretty soon, actually. But I'm going to be flying Spirit, so I might send it ahead of time because I don't think I'll be able to carry it on Spirit. I feel like they'll like crush
yeah,
it, fold it.
I would not trust Spirit.
I don't know if I trust Spirit for this.
But yeah, we'll
So
hold it for you in the shredder.
yeah, but you've been working on that real hard for a while now, so I'm real excited to see it come together for you. Also, this is not just a room for him. I mean, this is not just his bedroom that we've always seen that he's like rearranging. This is a whole new room. Boy has got an office space now. An office space where he's going to record and edit and do all his pictures, and it's all going to be one cohesive place. I've seen pictures of how organized Kevin got it, and I'm telling him he better keep it organized because
Also,
that boy did a good job.
so Kevin, I am, I try not to be as filthy with you, but Kevin and I are very filthy,
Mm.
especially with each other. And I was like, I want you to read this text what Zach just said, and I know what you're gonna think. And he was like, oh,
Is it
that
the
did not
fat
go.
fucking I said buy him a fat fucking dinner.
And I read that
God,
and was like, what? Oh, and so I was like, Kevin, read this, and he was like, I definitely didn't think he was gonna say dinner.
well, the fat fucking what though? What are you gonna buy him?
A fat fucking cock.
a fat fucking cock? Why are you gonna
Yeah.
buy him a fat fucking cock? Terrible, dirty mouth. Clean it up with Orbit.
Are you kidding? We keep saying that I feel like, oh, to lead us into this movie, it stars Caitlin Deaver from Booksmart, which Kevin and I always say were those two girls.
From
Um,
Booksmart. There you go.
and she is very good. He told me she was in another movie where it's like about trauma.
Let's go to hers. Let's go to her filmography.
And I will say, we both had this issue starting the movie because she's one of those like actresses that could still play a teenager, but like
Oh yeah,
is
I
in her
wasn't
20s.
sure how old she was supposed to be in this. She was also in Dear Evan Hansen.
So I figured out how old she's supposed to be only because
Well,
when
they
her
said
best friend
12 years
died.
old in 2012. So if it's
Yeah, so she had
current
to be
day,
22 or 23, depending on what year it
okay.
takes place in.
Oh, and she was in an American Girl movie. I could see that. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so she's got like range.
She's got acting credits.
Yeah.
She does not talk throughout this entire movie either. She has like one line that we saw, but I don't count it because we don't hear her speak. It's like all in silence, and it's like no, But she does a great job in the hush of it all.
Yeah.
The acting without speaking. And she's like the only person on screen for most of it, so they had her ass on set.
I do think that's always like, it's like impressive if you can pull that off, right? Because it doesn't always work. And like, I know we both felt some kind of way towards the end, but then it picked back up. But
Well,
it's a
what
lot
did
of
you think of this
fat
movie?
kick.
Like when I saw like previews for it and trailers for it, because they literally just started the promotion a week beforehand, is what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was just seeing like little TikTok clips and stuff like that. It very much pointed to aliens, but I was like, well, there's gonna be a twist, right? But no, it's aliens. That's what we get is aliens. I liked it. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think, and we both
That
kind
was
of were
the
like,
review.
that's the episode. But I feel like there was a minute when we both were like, all right, where's this going? But then
Yeah.
it like we still liked it. It was
Well,
like,
because we kept checking the top. I will say one negative thing. It's about an hour and 33 minutes, right? It feels like longer. And I don't like that. I don't like when something feels longer, especially if it's an hour and a half. It's like, there's a good little bit of it that could have been cut out, but mostly it was pretty dang good. I just remember we kept checking the time,
Yeah.
and it would be like half an hour into the movie, and I'm like, where the fuck are we going then? Like, where are we? So we like start, and this girl named Bryn is living in this like house in the woods, and this is the most Etsy picturesque Instagram worthy house.
It's a gorgeous house, but it's like
I
not
don't
near
know
the
why
town.
she doesn't make TikToks, because this is like everything is just designed to the T, right? All the
Then you would have hated
details
the
are
movie if
there.
she made TikToks.
Probably. But she's isolated, right? We get a sense of loss immediately because she ain't buying this big ass house herself. I don't know. Sydney could buy her hideaway and camp out by herself, so maybe she could too.
Yes, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not,
Bryn is just packaging up, like we see her doing her daily things, right? She packs up Etsy orders. She takes them into town, drops them off. We get a sense of isolation between her and all the townsfolk. So immediately I was like, she done killed her mama. She murdered her.
And you weren't too
drowned
far
her
off.
in the river. I wasn't far off, actually. Because all the townsfolk is like really standoffish to her, and they kind of ostracize her. And then when she sees like a cop and some other woman, she like ducks. I don't remember
Yeah.
what we predicted when that happened.
Wait, I thought it was like the cop, like someone was cheating on. I thought that's what it was. Like,
yeah.
oh, the cop's cheating on his wife with this lady or something. But no.
Something, I don't know, but she's like dipping into town, getting back, and then the rest of her day is pretty nice, right? She like fiddles with her figures and her little sets. This movie is very Ian Carlos Crawford coded. She has fucking dinner on her little porch patio dock thing,
But I would
and
never.
bottled water.
Like me being alone. It's like I'm in my underwear eating mac and cheese from the microwave. That's
but it's
that's what my dinner would've
beautiful.
been.
It's still beautiful. She has like a carpet out there, like really nice furniture, all of these really nice things. She's living the life, man. And then at night, she puts on this like exorcist blue robe that Reagan would have worn, and goes to bed. And then aliens show up, and that's the movie.
And then she has a terrible day.
She's a terrible
but then
day
it
from
ends
there.
up okay.
Does it? It does. It does. She comes out on top at the end.
She gets her ass beat though before
She does. All of the stuff with when the aliens first show up, she thinks it's like an intruder, right?
Yeah.
We know it's aliens, but it's still like the tension and anxiety is still there because like she's really trying not to be seen. He's following her around the house, and that shit always works for me. I always
Yeah,
love a
me
thing
too.
like that, right? But then it keeps going. And this one was good. All of this stuff was good, right? I think he does it because he ends up seeing her real fast. I thought she was gonna make it, not
Yeah.
get caught, and like go and try to find help or something like that, right?
Because it felt like so soon
Yeah,
that it felt like,
it's
oh, the
quick.
alien's not going to see her yet, but then it does. But we do get the little like because she kills that alien, and then the next day she goes into town, right? So we do get like,
It happens, yeah.
and I think I said this to you while we were watching. I liked the weird cuts because it kept being
Yes.
like, it almost felt like a play sometimes because it's like she kills that alien, she like kind of sits down, and then it's goes to daylight, then she just like leaves the house and like,
Yeah.
you know,
I just don't even know. The aliens, okay, a creature design maybe. Aliens look exactly like aliens you would think of. These would be greys, right? The greys. They were so cute, and I did not like seeing her kill them. They looked like my French bulldog, Brando, in the face. Like these big,
They did
big
not.
dark eyes just looking at you, glistening. I'm like, don't you kill them. Some of them were tiny. Some of them were little aliens.
They
Some
had-
of them were real big aliens.
they had creepy fucking spider feet.
They had like fingers on their for
Yeah.
toes.
I don't like it.
But and they're like, so they have like
got the wet.
telekinesis. They can like shoot things across the floor and shoot her across the floor.
I said this to Kevin because I was like, I think because Kevin gets like Scream is like kind of like he can't do much more than Scream, and I was like, I think you'd like this movie because he like loves Alien, and I was like, but I will say Zach and I never say this when watching a horror movie, and you and I both were like, I just would give up because like you don't know what the aliens can do, and it's
Well,
like
one of our big things that we like doing when we watch movies together is predicting our own sort of fate in these movies. And so I was like, okay, I go out the window. I'm hiding outside the window. That's what I'm gonna do. Immediately, this alien like steps outside of the fucking window, like floats up. I'm like, I guess that's me. That was me.
well,
Because she makes it a long fucking time. She makes it the whole movie, but like she was, there wasn't much that I feel like I could have done at this point. You know,
That's the thing, right? It's not like she made a stupid decision. There was no like good decision, right?
there was just
Like,
nothing to be done. Absolutely nothing to be done. She goes through this whole night with like battling out this alien. She finally kills it with one of her like little, it's like a bell tower. She
yeah.
like stabs it in the head. So you would stab it with like a scythe, like a tiny scythe.
That Dark Phoenix right there's got sharp edges. Like, I stab it with that.
Something. It comes in your new room and like it fucks up all your shit on your walls that Kevin just set up.
I would be so upset.
And then yeah, in the morning time comes. She's like in shock, right? So morning time comes. I kept thinking this body was gonna get up or something.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It was fine.
No.
But she. So why did she move the couch? She like moves the couch in front of the door because the door got blown off its hinges. But I don't understand why she moved the couch.
I think she was trying to barricade it, but then kind of gave up.
Like
Because
it can't,
later,
like, crawl over the
well,
couch.
later it is bad. She puts like the sheet and like
Yeah.
the comforter and nails it.
Well, these things like manipulate power also, right? Electricity. And so she like gets out and she's gonna go to her car. The fucking car's done. Like the entire time, me and Ian were screaming, "Get that alien on your back! Strap that shit to your back!" Because this is how this shit works. If somebody comes back, that alien body's gonna be gone. Make sure you strap it. And the body was there when we got back. That's fine. But I'm still like I'm carrying it if I need to, right? I'm
Be like, look at this,
hoisting it, tying its like wrists around my neck, making sure we're going because.
So that way, when the fucking mom spits in your face, you're like, "You see this alien?"
Because
We
clearly
have bigger
nobody
things.
fucking likes this hoe.
Yeah.
And so we got to make sure that people believe me, right? She has to ride her bike. She ends up riding her bike. There's other houses that have also been hit, is what she can see, but it didn't hit the rest of the town. I thought it had
Right.
gotten the whole town, but it didn't.
Because we see like the like weird crop circle, like,
Mm-hmm.
and we learn that that's like the like alien pulling them up, right?
Yes.
And so she sees a bunch of them, and we start seeing, and that's the sign we get when the bus is leaving, that we start seeing more of them, like
Yeah.
on the street where they're like leaving too.
Well,
And yeah,
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. No. What were you saying?
Oh, and so like she does have a smart thing where she's like, I'm just no. She goes to the police station. They're kind of shitty with her. She just leaves,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm getting a bus ticket, and I'm
They
gonna leave.
spit in her face. They're not just shitty with her. They spit
true,
in
yeah.
her face. Meanwhile, we have to like mention that throughout the movie, she's been writing these letters to Maud, dear Maud. And I said she done killed Maud. That's why people hate her. She done killed Maud. And I guess that was Maud's mother. So Maud's mother spits in her face, and Maud's father would have been the police officer. I would have got real petty right there. I would have said, okay, the alien can fucking wait. I would like to press charges. Get me somebody. Get me a piece of paper. Get me, where do I need to put my statement? Because this bitch is going to jail. You all saw it, right? No.
I mean, I would have too.
But they didn't do nothing. And she also didn't do nothing. She could have like said, hey, okay, thank you. Aliens are at my house. Can you come get them, please?
Like, look at this picture on my phone of the alien I murdered in my living room.
But really, people already think she's crazy because she done killed her mom and Maud. So
Now, her mom, just Maud. The mom, it was like she just died, I think.
at this point in the movie, I still think she killed her mother.
Okay, yes.
Still think she killed her mother. So she does have a little moment. She goes back out to her bike and she's like, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. And then she sees a bus and she's like, you know what? Fuck these people. Fuck this bumfuck town. Fuck all of these motherfuckers. I'm leaving. And she gets on the bus and we think she's gonna go. I do think she should have stopped at some of the houses that had already been got by the aliens and taken some money because there's money laying around. There has to be. She don't have no money.
I really was like, why would she stop at those houses? I mean, I guess, but like, but I feel like then I would be worried that there would be aliens in the house to get me.
She must have a loaded bank account because she just left everything. She left the house. She left all of her Pinterest stuff. She has Etsy orders to do. There are people emailing her that are like, hey, haven't gotten my order. Can you please?
I don't think that's a sign of like being rich. I think it's a sign of like getting the fuck out of Dodge because like everything's going to shit. And you have to be like, well, I gotta go.
Well, on the
You or I
bus.
would die because we wouldn't leave our stuff. That is where we
That
would.
oh my gosh, you're so right. That's true. I wouldn't have left anything. I would have been like packing. That's where
It's
we
like, okay,
go.
I'll leave soon. Let me pack
But
800
actually,
bags.
no, because her house was fine all damn day. Nobody came to her house the entire day. She could have fortified that house. She had time.
But I understand. I do understand the like
Okay.
not because the problem with the aliens was there was no predicting. Right? She didn't know what the powers were. She didn't know what. It's not like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees when you're like just be
I
not
just predict they're
nearby.
coming back. I predict something's coming back.
Well, that's what I mean. I would be scared to go back to my house because I would be like,
Mm.
the aliens are probably there now.
My first thought would be I just killed this bitch. One of their families are going to come back and try to get revenge on me. They're going to come for me, right? I'm going to rig my house up, very Home Alone style, very Ready or Not, very all of the movies where you catch all the people. And I'm going to be ready for them. And they're coming back because I know that they can die. And so they attack her on the bus, too. That was pretty freaky.
I thought that was really good because I
Mm-hmm.
the thing I also liked on the bus was that it wasn't everyone. It was like two of them
Well, you
on the
kept
bus.
telling me,
Where
making me feel crazy because I kept telling you that guy's something. It's him back there. That's him. And you were just like, "There's nothing wrong with that man, Zach." That's how you got. There's nothing wrong with that man.
no, because you thought it was the guy she saw earlier, but it
I don't
wasn't
care
the
who I
guy she
thought it
saw.
was. I knew he was looking at her in a weird, creepy, over 45-year-old creepy man serial killer kind of way.
You chose an age carefully. Thank you.
I just like started throwing out adjectives because I was like, I could backtrack a little bit. Uh, yeah, and he gets her, but that's the first time we really catch on to like it's like invasion of the body snatchers, basically. You know,
Because we
they've
see
got
that there's
these
like, yeah,
things, and so they're taking over people's bodies. She runs back to her house because she ain't got nothing else to do, and that's when she needs to fortify her house.
at that point, right? Because it's like I'm like, well, I would call one of my friends, but she has literally no one to call. So it's like, well, fuck
Hmm.
everyone else, you
Well,
know?
the house was like real good and ready to be like a bunker because she has like shutters. She was closing the shutters. She was like nailing stuff to the wall. She would nail like a blanket up. Checked to the body. Made sure the body had like a little slimy thing because there's something came out of its mouth. So we know that's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was just we were ready. We knew they were coming, and they did. They came.
They sure
They
did. And
did,
they
and they
put
kept
her
coming.
through. Yes, she'd kill one and then two more pop up, and it was
They did
just,
not stop. They did not stop. They came in various sizes. They came in various shapes. All one color, all gray. But you know, I don't know how much could have taken. They were
I
flinging
mean,
her around everywhere through walls, through windows.
I don't know that I was gonna say, I don't know that I make get up once it like blasts me through a wall after I've also been hit in the face with a door. Like, I'm just like,
We don't drink enough water. We can't. We can't. You know she's got a Brita filter in her house. We're not drinking enough water to survive this situation.
I'm still drinking my diet root beer while I'm hiding from the ghosts. Yeah.
The fighting is cool. I do think all of the fighting and her like survivalist nature was really cool. But then like it just kept going and every single one that she would fight would be preceded by this like just basically like the beginning of the movie where she's just like kind of moving around spaces and it's
Yeah.
hunting her and she's like being quiet and not trying to be seen and I was a little over
I don't,
that.
I was trying to think, when I was driving back home today after class, I was like, I don't know what I would have added to the movie, like to make,
Oh, I would have
because
taken it stuff out. I would have
yeah, but
taken
then
stuff
it's
out.
then it's not like movie length. If we take out 20 minutes, it's an
I don't
hour and
care.
10 minutes.
So
But so to keep it movie, how do we
I
what do
take
we
out 10
add?
minutes. I take out 10 minutes some of the like stalking scenes and she can kill another one, maybe she can kill a second one, but when these bitches start coming out, she just sees them coming out from everywhere and they're all getting her at once instead of one by one by one by one, right? Because I felt bad for them. There was a tiny one, and she like was throwing boiling water on it. She like nailed it to the closet. She like hit it in the head with the closet door. This is a lot. That's extra.
Zach was like, "Don't kill the baby one." I was like, "Fucking kill it! What are you talking about?"
It's a baby. It's a baby. Um,
Also, I feel like, what did I say that like summarized us in it? I forget. There was like something that she did that we both reacted like very differently to, and I was like,
Ooh, I
oh,
don't
that sums us
remember.
up.
What was that?
Damn it, I don't remember. There was something
Think,
that
Ian, think.
something that I was like, yeah, and that's how we
We're
would
gonna
both do
do
a
your
horror
memory
movie.
exercises today. Think about it. What was it?
I don't remember.
Did somebody survive? Who survived? You probably survived. I don't know. All of
I
my
think I
decisions
did.
got me killed in this one. We did say we were calling out good stuff though. We were like, grab weapons, grab lighters, grab and she did that stuff.
And she
So
did,
I was proud of her.
yeah.
Yeah.
But and that is another thing that I like. Even though we did have the minor complaint of like it went on a little too long, that was the thing I did like, that there just really wasn't like, she was still tough, but she was, you know what I mean? Like even when making the smart decision, she was still getting beat in the head with a door and like,
Yeah, there's a lot.
thrown through a wall. Like, and I think that's what you and I like about a lot of horror movies that we both love, where it's like a stupid decision isn't why you're getting your ass kicked or like killed.
Getting
Like
your
you've been
ass
so
kicked is you're surrounded by a bunch of aliens and you
Yeah,
really can't control the situation, right? I did think the car one was really great. So there's this one that's fucking huge and it's got like spider-like legs and it's
It looked like Pennywise from the end of part
yeah.
2. Yeah.
And it just, that was really cool when she like traps it in the car and lights it on fire. Although she had her face really close
She
to that
did.
gasoline and flame. I think at that point she was like, if I go, I go.
I mean, but
I'm
fair,
coming,
right?
mama. I'll meet y'all in hell.
I'd be like, well, at least I'm gonna kill this motherfucker while before I die.
Really?
Like,
It just reminded me of like season 3 finale of Buffy, killing the giant snake. But she like lit it on fire. She had like a good 10 seconds to crawl away and situate herself and politely just sit and wait for it to.
no, it blew up and she fell
blew
over.
up. She had enough time to like situate herself.
She was
fine.
far away, yes.
She was fine.
After everything else, that's nothing.
These aliens though were like, this fucking bitch. What is wrong with her? Why are we having so much problem with this one? Up in the command, they were like, get your asses down there. You can't take out an Etsy seller.
A like 20-year-old Etsy seller. Like, come on. Everyone
Because
else
they don't know that she's a murderer. That she's the cold-blooded killer who has a room in her house where she writes to her dead best friend.
So we get that. We
You can't
learn-
kill crazy.
So then she gets the thing, the like weird. It looked like one of those like toys that you have as a kid where you just like squish
Oh, like
it, but
the
then it comes
squishy
out.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Goes like down her throat.
And they only were able to do that to her because they had to physically freeze her. Because if her limbs were free,
she would have been fine.
she would have had 3 more. I was kind of hoping that she would start like taking heads and just like ringing them around her neck or around her waist or something, right? Like
becomes like a reverse
I
Predator.
need a team up between her and the girl from Prey. Because that same energy, they were getting it.
Like, oh, you
They had to-
motherfucker, you
They
thought
had
you
to
got
physically
me.
freeze her, bring it up to her, and be like, open your fucking. Even the alien was like really annoyed. The alien was like, and her mouth went.
And we gotta
Yeah,
point
like-
out that they make noises like what's her face from The Grudge.
That's how, I just pretended all day that I was.
Zach pointed out that because you were like, well, I wouldn't get it because I have a gag reflex. I was like, well, I would because I don't.
There you go. Yes.
But I think it's like-
sometimes when I'm brushing my teeth, I go.
God, you baby. But like, so she gets the thing in her mouth, then we go into her like mind, right? And you and I both were like, I mean, just stay there, right? Like, I don't
It
know,
was
like,
nice. It was peaceful. She like had her friend back and her mom. and,
mom,
like, it was
like-
nice and everything. All her figures were still set up and like the
Right.
little play sets.
I feel like I'd be like, you know what, we're good. I'm
We're
good here.
good. But she's like, goodbye. It like grabs it out and pulls it out. But I think other people had done that too because there's a clone of her then. So it's not body snatchers because the clone came out of fucking nowhere.
I will say I think the clone is when both of us started a little bit to be
I
like,
was like,
because like then they could just do anything and I just sit down, like just take a sit, girl, wait.
clone comes out of the fucking woods and stabs her. But then you don't realize you can't fuck with Crazy because Crazy has a box cutter in her pocket and kills herself, and then holds herself, and it's like,
Watches her die.
I forgive you for killing Maud. I don't know what happened. We get like flashbacks, or wait, so she gets beamed up.
Yeah.
She finally gets beamed up, which I've been waiting the whole movie for her to do, right? I wanted to see what happened up there, because that's my favorite part of Fire in the Sky. It's just when she goes up there. Mm-hmm.
I love when you were like, oh, yeah, let's see what's up there. I want to see in there.
I know, show me to my room, right? Because they pull her ass up there, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You have been giving us things all night.
But like, we have a job. We work minimum wage, okay? We're not even unionized. We have a job to do, because they were asking like the ceiling. They're like, what the fuck do we do with her? And the ceiling would go, like, okay.
So,
and they're like, it's like all like put their fingers on her forehead and get her memories. Okay, and so here's the kicker, right? The reason they like her and like kind of let her go. She has trauma.
So Laurie Strode and Sydney would have also made it.
I like rolled my eyes so much at that part. Like I groaned. I was not feeling it. It's like, really, this girl who had something traumatic happen to her is just different than all the rest. Somebody else explain it to me if I'm getting this wrong, because I'm taking what I'm getting face value, and that's why. Really, go put your fingers on everybody else's forehead. They've all got shit going on. Okay, the cop whose daughter died at the hands of this hoe, I'm sure he has trauma too. I'm sure he's feeling real bad. Well,
and I also love that, like, they're like, all right, let her go, but they're not like putting her down gently.
Oh no, they're like,
she lands in a concrete.
I think they thought she was gonna die. Okay, so we do have like a little like debate here. Is she dead? Because we see a shot of, and I told Ian, I said, if it ends with her looking into the camera, just like tied on her face, then 0 out of 10 movie. I won't do it. I wouldn't
have liked that either.
And it doesn't. I really like the ending, actually. But I mean, it does go in on her face. She does look at the camera, and then it kind of fades. Is she dead?
I mean, I don't think so, because the ending is so ridiculous. Like, it feels like if she were dead, it would have been her seeing her mom and her friend.
But she could be dead, and she could be living in her little dollhouse thing, her little town.
Well, right, but
it felt very enclosed.
But I don't think if she like died, her like fantasy world would be like the aliens took over.
Face value, aliens took over. They're flying in the sky still. They took over all the people except for her, and she is having a time. She throws dances. Everybody, she's so social now. She's a thriving social life. She gets invited to all the parties. She throws Pinterest perfect parties,
and they love it. They're eating it up.
Oh yes, she's like, watch me dance, guys. Right? Like they're all of the faggots, and she is, the it girl.
She's Sarah
Michelle Gellar. And it's Ian and Carlos Crawford and Zachary Batten Garcia on the sides of her going,
being like, you did great. Everything you're doing is great.
That's with me next. That's with me now. Yeah. It's fantastic. It was a wonderfully like deranged ending. It was so unhinged, and I did love that ending.
I think I said to you, like, I can't tell if I hate this or love this, but I did land on.
I love when an ending just goes crazy like that. Like the end of Midsummer, I really like, because Danny is just like,
okay, wait. So
just lets it go. Her boyfriend's burning. She's like,
but you don't like Midsummer, right?
I'm not a big fan of Midsummer.
Okay, yeah, because I was
there's
going to say
a lot of elements that I do like from it.
That's fair. That's like more how I feel about it. Because I was going to say the only reason that ending is just like I kept being like, all right, just kill your boyfriend. We know that's what the ending is. Fucking land the plane, kill the guy.
I like seeing her little slow smile when she's like, as Florence P. She got that.
But. So this ending, though, I did not expect. I mean, right? Like, this was like a full, like, sharp left turn where it's like, oh, this isn't what I thought. Because, like, we see her, and you and I were like, what the fuck? Because she's, like, in a nice dress, walking around, seeming happy. And I was like, oh, it's over? Like,
well, and I was like,
the aliens
all of these villagers, because I'm happy they all got, and she's got friends now, right?
You know what? Good for her.
But are they all the clones? Did they kill themselves, too?
Right?
And where'd she get the knife to kill herself?
That's like, that is the thing I was thinking about today. So I was thinking about the movie, and like, I wish there had been like a little bit clearer, because like we said, we kept being like, you can't get away from this because they're everywhere and they seem to have a zillion different like powers and technology. I wish there was like a little bit clear cut of like a, because I both like and don't like when we don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
and like in the way, like, for instance, like Michael Myers, we know that he's super strong, he can kill a bunch of people. We don't need to know, in the later sequels when they tried to be like, oh, look, there's the cult and whatever. Like, we don't need that. But like, we know that he is super powered. And I feel like with the aliens, I needed a little bit more of a clear line, like, okay, they have telekinesis. Can they read
Yeah.
minds? Okay,
It's
they can clone.
I'm a little more forgiving on that because it's the
Yeah,
unknown of it all, but I would assume if we're following her, if this is our look into this world, right? She's going to figure out all of this stuff. She's going to know all of this stuff because they're
yeah,
going to
that's true.
accept her in, right? And so she would know it. If she knows it, then we get to know it, you know?
Yeah.
Let us in. But it says
So that's
no one will save you. So what's the title then? It's just because she ain't got no friends, and so
yeah, because
nobody
no one
saves
saved
her.
her. Literally, no one saved her.
She saves herself. It's a woman
I
power movie.
Yeah. Well, I think that is the not. I think less sarcastically, I do think that's the point. That like
Yeah,
literally, no one will save you. You have to save yourself, and like
which is great because I
forgive
love a
yourself.
Slayer moment. I love a Slayer moment. I love when they take matters into their own hands and they really fuck a bitch up, and she did.
She had that moment the entire movie. It was her saying, "Me catching the sword."
I think by the 40-minute mark, from the 40-minute mark till about the end, I was like, what? Why? What else? She got stabbed. Now what else, man?
Stabbed by her clone.
By
Like,
herself. No one will save you, but yourself will kill you.
yeah, but
As this offing yourself, is that a metaphor? I see. My brain is poisoned because I'm thinking of it too metaphorically. Then, and I just need to be like, it's aliens. She's an Etsy seller, and she's being attacked by aliens.
and like I feel like you and I aren't always sold on a sci-fi horror, but I feel like we
Oh,
both
I loved
were.
it. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I want to watch it with Alistair. It's
I
funny.
was
It's a fun movie.
I was telling Kevin I was gonna try to get him to watch it
I
because
do
like it's
like it.
thrilling, but it's not like scary, scary.
It's only thrilling for. It does lose its thrill a little bit.
Yeah,
I think the transition from the thrill to the I don't really. I guess she didn't really solve a mystery, but like learning more answers. The transition from thrill to answers could have been a
yeah,
little bit more there.
yeah. I
But I
agree.
mean, other than that, I'm okay with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
fun movie.
yeah. We had fun watching it.
I used to when I was younger. I would like think before I would go to bed. I'd be like, aliens. If you want to abduct me, I give you permission. Abduct me, aliens. And then I had a dream one night, and this was fucking psychotic, that the aliens told me, oh, we're looking for specific kinds of people. You're not that kind of person. I woke up incredibly offended, and I've never forgotten that moment. I was like 13 years old.
Zach, I inversely, I would say late at night being like, aliens are gonna come and abduct me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my
Were
god.
you ever scared of aliens? You know what made
Yeah,
me scared of aliens? And it wasn't even like, so my first alien movie was Fire in the Sky. Loved that movie. I was obsessed with it. And so I
that
loved
movie
aliens.
terrified me.
Did not terrify me. I was obsessed with it. But what scared me was the one with, fuck, and what's it called? It's, is it the fourth kind? The,
Mila Jovovich.
yes, it's that
Yeah,
one.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that one.
With, oh my gosh. And there's like moments where there's like, they have like almost found footage moments where you're watching like what's
It
supposed
does
to be
both
real people.
found
Yeah, it's
footage
like
and then
fucking
not. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
crazy, and it gave me the craziest dreams when I was younger.
I remember being so excited for that, and then learning that. Do you remember the trailer for that?
They
It
all
was
said it
Mila
was
Jovovich.
real. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like. I hate when they do that, and like that felt like especially egregious because it's like
No, I thought
the
they did it so
actor,
well. It was fun.
the actor telling you this is a true story, and I feel like that's like fucking
Can you
stupid.
sue over something like that? I need to go back and look at some of that material. Maybe I need to sue.
The recently that was like a thing that people were like sued on that you can't mislead with a movie trailer.
It was still fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one. And
I just
it
never
was
seen it, but
insanely creepy. And it but that's the thing is it will make people believe it. So like tons of people I knew like their parents would believe it because they
I mean, that's like Blair Witch. People would be like, no, 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 really, like
Yeah.
they found it, and it's like, no, you fucking
What's
idiot.
your favorite kind of alien like stuff though? What do you like aliens to do if you're watching an alien thing?
God, I don't know. I know there's alien. I mean, hands up. I love Signs. I think it's
Oh
good.
yes, of course.
But like, that's not like horror. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like an alien thing that scared me. I know there are ones, but my mind goes to Event Horizon, which was like one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in theaters. But that's not. It's like in space, but it's more like they end up in a hell dimension.
Yeah.
Um, and Sunshine. You ever seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
It's like a better version of Event Horizon, but not as scary. It has like Chris Evans is in it. It's like a
Chris
very stacked,
Evans.
yeah, it's a very stacked cast, and it's like miserable. They all get like brutally murdered.
Well, guess that's what aliens would do, right? They're not there to be friendly.
But I've always wanted to watch. I think I brought this up to you once. Now I can't remember the name. There's like that found footage alien invasion. Like it was like the first actual found footage movie, but it was like a TV movie, and it upset people because they thought it was real. And it was like they just didn't have the budget, so they made it look like it was like a VHS. It's something like Alien Invasion at blah blah blah, and it's like
I
town name.
don't remember. We watched the one with
And
was
they
it
redid it.
Rec 2? Did we watch Rec 2? And there that had the alien plot.
That has a no. I don't think we watched that. Oh, you're thinking of VHS.
VHS.
Okay,
Yeah.
there is an alien plot. Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's like
Just
that
trying to relate
works.
to you.
That works a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna found footage.
Found footage alien movie. Alien shit can be super creepy though, and like I never remember what any of them are called, but I know there's tons of aliens movies that I like. Alien.
Oh, the McPherson tape. That's what it is. This piece of found footage history is a film that arguably helped kickstart the entire subgenre. Unlike Cannibal Holocaust, which is often considered first found footage film, it was shot entirely in first person point of view and often passes as a real family video at times. It later gained the moniker the McPherson tapes after an incident that will be explained just a further bit down. What the fuck?
Hmm.
But I know like it's so the first one was alien abduction incident at Lake County, and then they did it again, UFO abduction, the McPherson tapes. And I've always wanted to see them, but I've never seen either of them because they were like not anywhere. But I think now one of them is on Shutter,
That's what we'll have to do.
and it's like the same guy. He got a bigger budget to redo it.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, that's always it's like weird when that happens.
Yeah, but I'm always like weirdly into it.
What was
Just
the movie
idea
we
of, like,
watched that was the
getting
same
to-
thing?
Oh goodness, what was that? That's exactly what I'm thinking of too.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I know they did that with Paranormal Activity also.
Wait, really?
Not the full movie, but like reshot a good chunk of it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
After it got picked up by Jason Blum.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Or
redone
whoever,
though, but yeah,
whoever
yeah.
did it. I always enjoy when they do that though.
The original ending was stupid. It was like cops come in and shoot her. That's kind of
They didn't have budget to like fling her across the room.
yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. Ian enjoyed this movie. What would you like? I don't know. Would you, if you had to give it like a alphabet rating? What would you give it?
And then I would give it like a B, solid B.
I would say solid B, maybe B minus too. I don't know. It's okay. But
And it's a short watch. It's a fun watch.
is it a short watch?
When you look at the time,
Supposed to
after,
be
it's
a short watch. I don't know. I'm curious to see what y'all think about it though. But yeah, it's on Hulu. We tried to do a
Definitely
Hulu watch
worth it.
party, and they were like giving us double ads because I guess we both have ads. So
It was, and like the thing was, we were getting different. Like Zach would get one set of ads, I would get the other, but it would be the same ones over and over again.
and we ended up completely out of sync at one point. And I don't. It's a watch party. I don't know how that happens. So, okay, just
And I told you, anytime I've done it through Slayer Fest with our like watch alongs, it always falls out of sync.
That's
Always.
psychotic.
And I have no idea why.
insane.
We need to write a letter to Hulu. Excuse me, Mr. Hulu.
And The Exorcist is coming up real soon, so we'll have to cover that one next. Or I guess not next. Maybe the one after next.
We had planned Saw 2 as well, and maybe
Well, let's just do Saw 2 next. We'll do Saw 2 for next week, and then because we're in real time now, so we'll do Saw 2 for next week, and then the week after we can do The Exorcist.
We're gonna have to do a day where we do more than one, or a week where we do more than one.
Well, that's coming up. Okay, yeah. We also have been partnered with Horror Press. Ian, you write for Horror Press. Do you have any pieces over there you'd like to direct people over to?
I my most recent piece, excuse me, my most recent piece for Horror Press is I wrote about how Final Girls and horror helped me process grief,
Hmm.
and about Sidney Prescott and Buffy Summers and Gale Weathers and even Laurie Strode. And I've written some other things about certain Buffy episodes as they turn 25. I did a Ghostface ranking, and yeah, you should check out the site.
There you go. Alrighty, guys. We will catch you next time.